What you see now is the beautiful Golden River. China was one of the most powerful empires in human history. If you look at the great empires in human history, there is no one like America. Obviously, thousands of miles away from other continents, yet able to achieve such deep global control. From 1892, the present, the United States has always been the largest economy in the world. Even though it's only 5% of the world's population, they control 30% of the world's wealth and resources. 20% of the world's manufacturing is concentrated in the United States. And here's what's even more dramatic. Of all military spending in the world today, the United States alone accounts for 40%. The reason why the United States became a superpower? Well, there are lots of things. But geography is absolutely paramount. The geography of the North American continent. It's a gift. As long as civilization is established on this land, becoming a world superpower is almost inevitable. Here we go. And I'm going to tell you why. In the process of America's rise, river systems play a key role, and at the heart of it all is the Mississippi River. This one originates in Lake Itasca, the great river that finally empties into the Gulf of Mexico. The second longest river in North America, it is also the fourth longest river in the world. But this river, it connects nearly 30 large and small rivers in the United States, with lakes and even the longest river in North America. And at some point, the Missouri River flows into it. To say that the United States can rank among the world's top, behind the scenes of the country, this river is definitely in line. The waters of 31 US states are connected to him. If you calculate the length of the entire river system, that's 4,000 kilometers. What's really special about this river is not its length. It's about navigability. The flow and width of the river, perfect for all kinds of ships. As long as ships enter the United States from the Gulf of Mexico, you can go all the way to the United States without hindrance. Northern border. Such a river. It plays a key role in driving economic activity. You know, compared to rail and road transport, water transportation is not only much easier, the cost is ridiculously low. The price of water transportation is about 1/10 to 1/30 of that of road transportation. And that's why factories along the Mississippi River, the farm wants to export its products all over the world. It's convenient and cheap. But this river creates 1.20 million for the surrounding area. Job position. And here's the thing. Because he connects many tributaries, many cities in the United States, it became a natural port city. Local cargo can easily pass through ships, shipped around the world via the Mississippi River. And this powerful river system, it also makes the United States the largest in the world, the most fertile, irrigated farmland. The west side of the river is warm and dry due to the climate, particularly suitable for growing wheat. The east side is due to moderate humidity, ideal for corn and soybeans. No wonder. The United States could become the largest producer of corn in the world, the second largest soybean producer, and the fourth largest wheat producer. The United States exports 92% of its agricultural products. Can't do without the support of the Mississippi River. These export goods all rely on this river to easily transport the world. According to statistics, the Mississippi River, it could drive $345 billion in annual trade. 630 million tons of cargo pass through ships every year. Shipping via here. The rivers of the world that can wrestle with him. Only the Yangtze River in our country. The Yangtze River is the third longest river in the world. 40% of our country's GDP depends on this river. The soaring and rapid development of our country's economy. There is also a great work of the Yangtze River behind it. his annual freight volume is as high as 2.60 billion tons. See here. You can probably understand. Rivers contribute to a country's economic development. How important is it? After all, the world's two largest economies are highly dependent on their mother rivers. Except for the river coastline, it is also the key to a country's economic development. The United States has 20,000 kilometers of coastline, ranked 8th in the world. This length, that's 5 times the size of the entire coast of Africa. You know, Africa's coastline is dotted with so many islands. Many shipping lanes are blocked. The practicality is far less than that of the United States. American Hon-Shin. There is also a unique advantage. He faces the Atlantic Ocean, Western Pacific Ocean. This means that the west side of the United States can easily connect to the Asian market. East Point has direct access to Europe and Africa, equal to having 2 natural global trade routes, and no tolls to any intermediate countries, and handling fee. This is the unique geographical advantage of the United States. Let him and every other superpower in history are different. If we look at it from a global perspective, America is far from other continents. There is ocean protection on both sides. From the west, behind Africa, the Atlantic Ocean is 5,000 kilometers away. View from the east side. It is nearly 10,000 kilometers away from the Pacific Ocean. Such a long distance. It means that other countries are going to attack the United States directly. Almost impossible. How hard is it to launch an attack across the ocean? Here's a quick example. After the German conquest of Central Europe in 1940, abandoned plans to attack England. Because for the German army, spanning 33 kilometers, the Gili Channel is as difficult as the sky, not to mention that America is thousands of kilometers away. So, in the past 200 years, the United States has never suffered a foreign invasion. The only exception was during World War II. Japan attacked Pearl Harbor across the Pacific Ocean. But this is just a raid on a military base. It's not a mass landing. Of course, things are different now. North Korea, Russia, and other countries have developed quasi-American missiles and weapon systems. Now that the weakness of the United States is mentioned, point must be said. Mississippi and a hidden danger related to Cuba. You know, all ships passing through Mississippi and transportation will enter the Gulf of Mexico first, from here into the Atlantic Ocean, while Cuba stuck at a key point on this route. If Cuba blocked this node, the US economy is sure to take a hit. But Cuba is not strong enough to do this on its own. But if other world powers borrow from Cuba, it is entirely possible. It came very close in 1960. At that time, the Soviet Union deployed nuclear weapons and troops in Cuba. Attempt to move to the United States through Cuba. Ultimately, it triggered the Cuban Missile Crisis. Despite the crisis, the Soviet withdrawal, but the United States has since responded to Cuba, imposed sanctions for up to 60 years. It has not been lifted so far. Basically, the United States has always been afraid of Cuba. Become a pawn to contain yourself. The reason why America has been afraid to relax sanctions against Cuba. I am afraid that after Cuba grows and grows, directly threaten their own industry security. More afraid of other major powers taking advantage of Cuba. Cut off America's trade routes. In addition to that, America also holds a trump card, and that is resource autonomy. His domestic oil and gas reserves are extremely abundant, fully capable of meeting its own energy needs. It doesn't depend on any other country. Even if OPEC nations unite to boycott the United States, it won't affect him much either, because 90% of America's oil and gas needs, or produce it yourself. either import from Canada to satisfy. And the food production in the United States is also shockingly high. Wheat, corn, soybeans have everything. There has never been a food shortage in the last 100 years. In addition to that, the United States also has the 5th largest gold reserves in the world and the 4th largest iron ore reserves. There's no question. 200 years ago, the plans and efforts of America's founding fathers, it laid a solid foundation for where the United States is today. The geography of the United States, it's really the level of the chosen one. This geographical advantage, there are few other countries in the world comparable to him. Of course, we can't ignore America's problems. At the social and cultural level, America is not in a good situation right now. Violence, drug epidemic, racial discrimination, with unemployment rising, are extremely difficult problems to solve. But even so, from an economic perspective, the United States still has a big lead. The first mover advantage accumulated 200 years ago. It's not that easy to reverse. What can now shake the foundation of America? It is estimated that only the American people, the current situation in the United States, it seems to be developing in that direction as well.